okay, now it's gonna be better because ubuyile umbane, ne? Now when you're factorizing, it's 2p squared minus 2p minus 12. Obviously I must be 2p squared when some 2p and p, right? But now the middle number, the number in the middle is negative 2p, ne? So you need to look for factors at 12 that are going to give you negative 2p. In fact, let me show you something. Oopsie. Where's my pen? Huh? Thank you. Oh yeah, sorry. So it's 2p squared minus 2p minus 12. Take out the largest common factor between all three of them. That's 2. Take out ut. When you take out ut from 2p squared, you're left with p squared. Take out ut from 2p, it's p. Take out ut1, it's negative 6, right? 2 is already on the side. Now you need to factorize lay. So it's p as no p. What are the factors of negative 6 that are going to give you a negative 1? It's 3 and 2. Sorry. So you know that the bigger one must be negative, so that's a negative sign. The bigger one is 3 and this one is 2. Now you need to multiply 2 inside, so that when a bracket is nice. So 2 times p, it's 2p. 2 times 2 is plus 4. P minus 3. That's how you factorize that one. And then we move to the exponents. Like I said, 2 to the power of a plus 1 is the same as 2 to the power of a times 2 to the power of 1 minus 2 to the power of a times 2 to the power of negative 1, because it's a minus 1. When you break it, if you're given 2 to the power of m plus n, that's the same as 2 to the power of m times 2 to the power of n. That's the rule of exponents, ne? 2 to the power of m minus n maybe is the same as 2 to the power of m times 2 to the power of negative n, ne? Each rule exponents, ne? So that's how it ended up like this, over 2 to the power of a, right? Now what is the common factor? It's 2 to the power of a. I take it out. Now when I take out 2 to the power of a, kule no 2, which is 2 to the power of 1. You can write it if you want to. Now when I take out 2 to the power of a, kule is 2. I'm left with 2 to the power of negative 1, and I close. It's all over 2 to the power of a. 2 to the power of a cancels with the 2 to the power of a. Now I'm left with 2 minus, I did say, but 2 to the power of negative 1 is the same as 1 over 2 to the power of 1, which is like 1 over 2. 2 to the power of negative 3 maybe is the same as 1 over 2 to the power of 3. So it's the inverse, right? So 2 minus half, that's the same as, like, you change them to have the same denominators. 2 is the same as 4 over 2 minus 1 over 2. Then the answer is 3 over 2. Ne? And then we come here. Whenever you are dividing a fraction by a fraction, it's always easier to just take the first one, multiply by the inverse, and this was 2x over 2x plus 2. But now when you doing the inverse, you need to change division to multiplication. Then 2x was ezansi, then 2x plus 2 ba phezulu, ne? then when the la rule bendithethile of multiplying, like x squared must multiply 2x plus 2, negative x must multiply both 2x no plus 2, like njalo njalo. You add like terms, you can see that 2x squared minus is 2x squared, 2x minus is 2x, né? Then it's plus 2. Actually, wrong. Oh no, it's fine. Then you do the same nalapha. So it's x cubed times 2x. That's 2x to the power of 4 because you add the exponents. This is like 2x to the power of 1. So whenever you're multiplying x to the power of 3, now go x to the power of 1, u2 yazimela, then the exponents add themselves, close, multiply 3 plus 1, that's 4. So it's 2x to the power of 4. Then x cubed times 2x. 1 times 2x, that's like plus 2x. Oh, don't mind me, I'm very tired from school. And then take out the common factor, that's 2. You take out u2. When you take out u2, 2x cubed, you're left x cubed. Take out u2, u2, it's like plus 2 uvale. Upper a common factor ngubani? The highest common factor ngubani? 2x, because they both have x's, no 2. So you take out 2x. When you take out 2x to the power of 4, you are left with x cubed plus 1. Oyivale. They cancel each other. 2. Now you're left with 2 over 2x. Or 2 no 2. They cancel each other. You are left with 1 over x. And then you come here and they say you need to factorize x to the power of 4 minus 8 plus u minus 81. You know that x to the power of 4 is made up of x squared and x squared. But now the 81 is negative, meaning enye is over negative, enye is over positive. And they both have abana middle term, meaning is the lingane. And you know that 81 uyafana no 9 times 9. So the other 9 needs to be negative and it needs to be positive. Ne? Fine, that's okay. But then x squared minus 9 can still be factorized. Ne? But it's not a must. Like bangagnika a mark if you can even leave it at here. But yeah, it's just for then kuthiwe masilantikele factorize. I did say you must look at izinto that have the common fact. You can see that there's xy nakuleya, so ezi zigrupishana zodwa. Ezi yazihamba kuba ukhona uyaphuma u5 up, uyaphuma u5 napha, masizigrupishe zodwa. So upper the common factor, the highest common factor is 2xy. When you take out 2xy from 6x squared y, you are left with 3x. 2xy umthathe upper ku 10xy, we are left with minus 5, or close the bracket, plus or 5, which is the common factor, is 2. When you take out 5 from 15x, you have 3x. When you take out 5 from negative 25, you're left with negative 5. You can see that these are the same, like I explained. You put them here, tata a1, and then you can see that they have the same common factor, so you group them as well. So it's 2xy plus 5. Then you've already factorized. Hey, I don't know whether I'm beating around the bushes, but it does say I am exhausted. I'm exhausted. I think I'm just gonna have to explain like at least one example for each. I don't wanna lie to you, I'm very exhausted. So basically you do the same thing in a lab. You factorize this one. Then I did say you look at the least common denominator, which is a minus 4 into a plus 3. You put them there. You know that a minus 4 is gonna cancel here, so 3 is multiply a plus 3 Paya, you know that a plus 3 is going to cancel that one. So you're going to multiply and go a minus 4. Apha ku-21 ke ziyakhansilishana zoyi-2. So minus 21 hlala enjalo. Then you simplify. I think you know how to simplify now. You add the like terms. 5a minus 20. The answer is 5a minus 20 over this least common denominator. That you can still simplify this because they do have like a highest common factor, which is a 5. Take out the 5 into. When you take out the 5 from O5a, you're left with a. When you take out O5 from O20, it's minus 4. Then a minus 4 cancels this one. Then your answer is 5 over a plus 3. You also do the same thing here. I say like the rule that I told you about exponents. Put them in the same exponents that have the same bases. If there's a divider, you minus. If there's a multiplier, you add the exponents. That's just the rule. But you can check it out. So you're practicing high on it. I'm really tired though. And then I think the question here was asking about the numbers, which one is irrational. I did say irrational number, a number any nani that has a decimal end engapheliyo. Non-real number is this one because this one does not have an answer. If you press it on your calculator, you'll get an error basically. So I'm gonna have to explain this one just for but we understand, né? Utilend of 4 minus 2x is smaller than 16, né? Then we want when I'm using for x. Then negative 2x is less than. When you take 4 to the other side and you do positive up, ufika abe negative. So it's 16 minus 4, né? Then you divide by 2, like divide by 2. You divide by 2. The answer, like whenever you divide by a negative 2, ngapha is it inequality sign, babe? Inequality sign. If you divide into a negative, then the sign changes and it will be less than. Once you divide into negative, then it faces the other side. It was facing this side, but once you divide into a negative, it faces this side. If this x, if being a color negative, then the sign would have stayed the same. But now there's a negative, so dividing a negative to get to x, then the sign changes. I hope I'm making sense. Okay. To draw a number line, I mean, it's already given that x is greater than or negative 6. So basically, draw a number line, then you put or negative 6 somewhere. And then obviously, greater is always going to the right. Then you just draw a line that has an arrow at the end to show that it continues because I know limit, which means it's going to. When it says greater, it's going to the right. When it says less, it's going to the left. Go draw a number line. Yeah. Then when it comes to what's this? Simultaneous equations. You are given 2 equations, right? But you need to look for the simpler one to, like, it says negative 2x minus y is equal to 10. Then I can find y in terms of x, ne? Meaning negative y is equal to 10 plus 2x, because 2x xa kwela cala mos ufika abenjani abe positive. Then divide by negative 1. Then the answer is y is equal to negative 10 minus 2x. And it yonke le yesithathu. This is the third equation and it derive. Now, le derive from the first equation. So I can't use le kule first equation. I must use it p kule. Basically, a substitute kule. And it y now is given in terms of x. So it's 3x minus 4 into, and it y is negative 10 minus 2x. Then you just basically you're simplifying, man. So it's like negative 4 times negative 10, that's positive 40. Negative 4 times negative 2x, that's positive 8x. Uthatha negative 4 abuye equal to negative ngapha kwe equal sign. Xa isiza ngapha ufika be positive is equal to 0, basically. So 3x plus 8x, that's 11x plus 40 plus 4, that's 44, is equal to 0. Then 11x is equal to, until 44 is going to be negative. So it's 11x is equal to negative 44 divided by 11, therefore x is equal to negative 4. And then y must usomniki formula. Then to find y, you've already gotten your x, you just substitute x or negative 4. So it's negative 10 minus negative 2 into negative 4. Negative 10, negative number times a negative number, that's a positive number. So negative 10 plus 8, that's negative 2. Therefore, y is equal to negative 2. Basically, that's a simultaneous equation. Find the easier one. We change a term yenye, like we change a third equation. But if we say the first equation to get the third one, then I'll substitute with first one. You must substitute the second one. I hope I'm making sense. Yeah. So what's happening is that there's a 6. We just need to multiply everything by 6. So at this say let denominate. So you multiply by 6. So 6 cancels 6. So it's x into x minus 5. Then negative minus 1 times 6 is equal to whatever you do on the right side, you do on the whatever you do on the left side, you do. So 0 times 6 is 0, man. So that's x times x, that's x squared. X times negative 5, that's negative 5x minus 6, because it's equal to 0. Then you use ilwazi lakho, you factorize. Yeah. So x minus 6 into x plus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore, x minus 6 is equal to 0. Therefore, x is equal to 6, because class 6 equal sign ufika be positive. The same thing here, x plus 1 is equal to 0, but la 1 xa welayo uthini wela abethini abe negative. I hope I'm making sense. I really hope I am. Here we are given c is equal to square root of a plus 2x. So I must solve it for x. There's already a square root, so you need to square both sides to remove the square root up. So c to the power of 2, then you square this one. Once you square into any square root, square root, nothing happens, nothing changes. So c squared stays like that, is equal to a plus 2x. Then ufuna musu x wena unaxesha lika a, then a must go kwela cala lika c. C squared minus a, because apha be positive a xa welayo uba negative. C squared minus a is equal to 2x. You divide by 2, because ufuna x oyedwa. Therefore x is equal to c squared minus a over 2. Yeah, basically. Sure, I'm sorry, that's all right. Then what was the question? I need questions from that. Okay, go try this guy. This guy is x years old, right? Then the daughter is 4x years, ne? Because una x must attack. Then 6 years later, lamdana ke uzoba iminyaka izothini izoba ngu4x plus 6. But then ke ekatata izoba ngu3 into x plus 6, because ke ngaphezu kwala x yakhe ede ke ngaphi u6 years, but ke it's 3 times more. Yabona? So it's 4x plus 6 is equal to 3x. You like multiply 3x, 3 times x is 3x, 3 times 8, 3 times 6 is 18. So 4x plus 6 is equal to 3x minus plus 18. You group like terms, or x umsaka eceleni ka x numbers useceleni le numbers. So lo 3x kaza ngapha ufika be negative. So it's 4x minus 3x is equal to 18. La 6 ngapha ufika be negative. 18 minus 6. Therefore x is equal to 12 years old. iminyaka katata leyo. So the daughter is 3 years old. Because iminyaka katata leyo una 12 utata. Meaning utata yena xa ena 12. So the daughter izoba ngu-12 divided by 3, meaning ina 4 years old mntana. Then this one, it's basically the same thing. There's a factorizing. Like you first multiply inside the bracket, you get the answer. Tata inani ulise ngapha kwe equal sign so that it becomes 0. Like ukuze ukwazi factorize into ezinje, it must be 0 at this side after the equal sign. But if there's no equal sign, there's no need ube welisa izinto because akho equal sign. And there's an equal sign, please make sure the side is always 0 so that it's easier to factorize. Look at the factors of 20 ezakunika into engu-1 because phambi kwale nto there's 1. Even if akabhalwanga, there's 1. Negative x equal to negative 1 ongabhalwayo. That's like negative 1x. Yeah. This is literally the same thing I said. You do the same thing when you take a simultaneous equation. Like, look at it. You literally do the same thing. Then bathe fumana u2xy ne kule first question. You are given 4x squared minus y squared is equal to 171. Ne? Then you factorize. Use your factorizing skills. You know 4x squared is made up of 2x. Nomnye u2x. You know for a fact that negative y is made up of a positive y and a negative y. Ne? That's basically what I did. But we already know that we have already been given that 2x minus y is equal to 1 or 9. So you substitute 9 into 2x plus y is equal to 171. Then you immediately divide by la 9 because ufuna ukazi i-value yale. Divide by 9. 171 divided by 9. 2x plus y is equal to 19. That's it. There's nothing much. There's literally nothing much. Look at it. It's literally the same thing. Factorizing. Basically the same thing. If it x is less than negative 8, I did say or less, that means uzoqala ku negative 8 and then your line or draw qala ku negative 8 and then izohamba kweli cala because it's less than. Yeah. And the questions are on my phone, girl. I think I still remember what it was saying. Oh, sorry, and so Mary has x like x rands esingazaziyo ne. Wanika uNazim i-third yele mali yakhe, ne? Wanika ubani owethu, I think 1/5 of imali yakhe, which is there nanku owethu 1/5. But kuthiwa le mali ka owethu ingezantsi kunale kaNazim nge-28 rand, meaning so substitute nansi le kaNazim lo 1/5 ka owethu awunikwa nguMary kula mali yakhe. But xa ujonga ungezantsi nge-28 rand is 28 rand less than ekanazim. So sithatha mos la formula sesiyenzile kaNazim. So it's 1/3x minus 28, ne? Then 1/3 uyakwela cala, like ikhona ke i-calculator, it's gonna tell you at least ngoku yasetyenziswa in high school. So the answer is like -2. Ndiyenze ke ngokwe-Atlantic what's this, because I don't have a scientific calculator, say primary school. So ndafumana -2/15x is equal to -28. Basically na multiply nge-inverse of that so I can get x. That times I go -15/2 times negative times 15/2 That's like 14 times 15, and the answer was 210. Coming to a probability. That's I hope uyandiva man. But now when it comes to event diagram, ne? You are given that abantu abadlala i-netball bebonke by 150, abadlala i-hockey by 170. Kuthiwa ke abadlala both, andithi uyayizoba mos because iyadibana uzobe ithi abadlala both ngu-X uxelelwe, ne? Meaning xa uthatha lo X and whatever that is here funeke uphume no-150. So meaning le izoba ngo-150 minus X, so that lo X xa udimisana lo X kushiyeke 150, right? Then le kufuneke xa udibanisa le nale kuphume 170. Bonke abadlala i-hockey, ne? It's already X, so meaning le izoba ngo-170 minus X. Then abangadlali nix baba outside of the circles, so by 50. Name that's I hope yandiva. Now kuthiwa ke ukufumana aba badlala both. It's already X mos. And then you take this one, you add this one, you add that one, you add this one, it's equal to 300. That negative X cancels that one, ne? Then it's 150 plus 170 plus 50, you get 370. Then that negative X still stays because I can cancel nanayo because this cancellation is right. Then it's equal to 300. You take le ungayifuniyo uyisebenzisa ufuna ukusheka no X mos. Then negative X is equal to 300 minus 370. Your calculator is there. Negative X is equal to negative 70. Divide by the negative, divide by the negative 1. X is equal to 70 learners. That's just about it. Kuthiwa ke ukuchaza theni probability yabantwana abadlala i-netball. You've already been given by 150. So it's 150 over the total. That's like 1/2. Kuthiwa ke bangaphi abadlala i-netball and not i-hockey, ne? And not i-hockey, meaning abalapha kule ndawo abadlala i-netball only. That's what it means. Netball only. Abazuba include aba abadlala i-netball only. So that means andithi besithe iformula yethu esinayo for le ndawo 150 minus X. X sithe ngu-70. So 150 minus 70, we get 80. So 80 over 300, then we get that answer. Because the probability, you must say whatever you want. Because 150 minus X, which is 70, that's 80. So in probability, you say whatever number you have over the total. The total of the learners is 300. Nah? Kuthiwa a probability of N or H. N or H. That means bonke aba balapha. Ne? N or H bonke aba balapha, excluding aba baphandle. Then that means andithi by 50 abangaphandle, meaning abaphakathi bangaphi kula 300 minus 50 sheka nabani no 250 over 300. That's 5/6. We get to this one, ne? You are given whatever, like answer hasn't asked, ne? To a probability of B, you're given a probability of not B. Whenever you want a probability of not something, or when you want a probability of something, you take 1, which is like yonke into mos ukuze iphelele iba ngu-1, and it will give any fractions by yonke into ukuze iphelele funeka ibe ngani 1. So a probability of not B is 3/5. So a probability of B izoba ngu-1 minus, please ngicela uyinqayela ndawo, probability of anything is equal to 1 minus probability of not that thing. So 1 minus 3/5, the answer is 2/5. Then there's this formula that you must ngaya, it's there on your textbook. Nancy. Probability of A or B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A and B. Then you just substitute, then you get this answer, 3/35. And that's when they say things are mutually exclusive, it means azinaye probability of A and B like azidityaniswa yi-nix in the middle, ayizidibanisi at all. When they say mutually exclusive, it means akho nto zidibanisa at all. So probability of A and B in this situation is 0. then probability of A or B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B. We're not going to add that anymore to this formula because it's already 0. Ne? So the answer is 0, 2 plus 0, 5, and the answer is 0, 7. My love. And then we come here. When we come here, you just substitute them as a volume unique when answer. It's 1 over 3 pi r squared times height. Then you just substitute. Then uppermost ufuna r squared. So basically uzo divider galo 1/3 times pi times la 6,5 so bacancelishane bazosuka endleleni yethu, ne? Then whatever you do on your right, you do on your left. So you also divide by 1 over 3 pi into 6,5. You have your calculator, you do the math. And then if it's r squared, obviously, then when you get your answer kwa calculator yako, you just go to just press after we've many answer. Uye kwi square root, then you say press the answer, then you'll get this answer in 2 decimal places. You'll get this answer. This one is just then Pythagoras. Kufuna s we given no height, we given no r squared, and we are told that it's right angled. You know that s squared is equal to h squared plus r squared because s in that situation is the hypotenuse. Then you just press on your calculator and that's it. Then when it comes to the financial math, when you want to just calculate the interest earned, uthatha la mali beyi-investile multiply by I'm sorry in this form, multiply by the interest rate. So it's basically 18,000 times this thing times 7 years. Then you get, that's the interest as a man after 7 years. Ne? Now, in this situation, they're saying, bangabana, if please remember one thing. Inflation, you must just remember you use the compound interest formula, which is this one. You don't use a simple interest. For inflation, it's always compounded. Ne? So A is equal to P. You know OP and iti kutwa le TV seyile mali after 5 years, ne? Inoba ibi imalini 5 years ago. Angaba iye ya inflatwa by 6.7%. Like you can write leave so you can write it like the 6.7 over 100 and use the 70 calculator anyways. Then and it is say 27,660. I wonder ibigi malini. This is the principal amount. I want to be malini jema say yeah le mal after say compounding. Then you just basically on to funny OP. Then you basically just divide by lento ngaifuni, which is all this part. Whatever you do on the right, you do on the left. Then the answer you get is 20,000. So the TV was 20,000 rand 5 years ago. Then apha kuyabuza ke ngoku if ke ngoku lo mfana uthenga le TV i-27,660 ebe andithi kuyabuza I wonder like ukuze abe kanti uye wafika ngqo kula 27,660 bekufanele ba i-interest rate, simple interest rate ibe yayimalini, ne? So this is andithi kufuneka afumane le 27,660 which is equal to 18,000 into 1 plus sifuna u-I uba ngeyenze i-interest investe nge-simple interest engakanani times la 7 years azabe eyinikiwe. You divide by the 18,000 qala mos, ne? Because le nto ifuna it's inside the bracket. Divide by the 18,000 so that izokhansilishana nale. Then 1 plus 7i there. Dimse nje right, but you can ngamenza nase left. This is the answer you get from Lena Le quick calculator, ne? Then I will say 161 over 300 divide by the 7 divide by the 7. Then you get 0,077. Then ukuzufumane the percentage, you multiply this by 100, then you get 7.7%. I really hope I was helpful, Mdase. I really hope I was. You'll just tell me no and I won't. I'm exhausted though.